Welcome to Flavor Text, an extension of the Max Level podcast brought to you by Technisport Gaming Chairs. Use offer code LDG to save 10% whenever you make a purchase on a brand new gaming chair, desk, or accessories. Be sure to subscribe to the Max Level podcast on your favorite podcast app of choice to hear a new episode every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern. On today's episode of Flavor Text, the crew takes a trip down memory lane to remember the Nintendo Wii eShop. Support us by clicking that subscribe button, hit the like, turn notifications on, and drop a comment down below. Something sad happened last week, man, that I really want to dive into on Flavor Text this week, because while I wasn't a big fan of the Wii's gimmicky control scheme and all that kind of stuff, it definitely took the world by storm when it came out. I mean, we talk all the time on the Max Level podcast how this was like the grandparents' console and like everyone had a freaking Nintendo Wii. So recently on January 30th, the Nintendo Wii eShop closed down permanently. I want to take a few minutes on Flavor Text this week and really just talk about how, first of all, how monumental the Wii eShop was for its time. Because it was the first time that Nintendo had put something out like this. Like, this was their first foray into online. This was their first foray into having a digital platform to sell games and to get apps and all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, the GameCube beforehand didn't have this. No. So this was the first time Nintendo was ever doing something like this. So it was monumental for that aspect alone. But just some of the crazy apps that were on the eShop, you know, this ushered in the era of Virtual Console, which we would eventually also see on the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. So let's talk about the apps. Let's talk about the eShop. Let's talk about the Virtual Console. And let's talk about our memories with the Wii eShop. Do you have anything that jumps out to you in particular?
I mean, everyone's going to agree with me on this one. The iconic music.
Absolutely, which still holds true to this day.
Is it the same music on
Switch? It's not the same, but I feel like it's definitely inspired by it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same though.
I'll never forget just listening to that music, just when it kicked in, and it even do a special holiday version too.
Yeah.
But I remember just popping in there, like you said, all the random apps. Because yes, sure, I loved the Virtual Console and grabbing all those games. But there was one where it was like a virtual, like, I guess Google Earth kind of thing.
Yes, which was so freaking cool, dude. I used to spend so much time just like going to random locations and just scrolling around, because you used to be able to, like, you use the pointer and you would be able to point it at the actual place you want to go and then hold down like the Z button on the back or whatever, and you could like drag the map around. I thought that was so freaking cool.
They actually mapped out a lot of like major buildings too. So they mapped out like the Smithsonian's, and there were a couple of museums. You could actually walk around and do a museum tour.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you could totally do that.
I remember doing the whole White House tour, which was just, it was cool, you know, like, because I've done the White House tour before in real life, but I was like, there's no way they got this actual thing. And then, yes, they did.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so freaking cool. You know, the app that always jumps out to me when I think the eShop on the Wii is that virtual polling app that they had. Where
yes,
you used to, like, there was like the stupidest questions that they would ask and everyone would vote. And then like eventually they would put the results out and you would see how you voted in accordance to like other people of your gender, other people of your age, people in your like geographical location. You'd be able to like break it down and all this kind of stuff. And like, it was stupid shit, man. Like, it was like, which do you prefer? Like cats or dogs, hot dogs or cheeseburgers? It was dumbass questions like that. But it was like the Splatoon tournaments where they like make you pick a side. It was like the older version of that. But I always enjoyed seeing like the questions that they would come up with and like how people answered and what actually would win. There were some like relevant questions from time to time on there, but most of them were stupid. But I always used to enjoy when they would put something new up like that. What else was there? Man, there was so many apps. What else was there?
Was there not like a doodle kind of like write thing to each other?
I know that the DS had that, but I don't know if the Wii did. It may have. It might have.
I do remember sending messages. I don't know if it was through that. It's been a minute, man.
It's definitely been a while. I didn't really, like I said, for Flavor Text, we never look anything up. So
I mean, like, I do know, like, I bought a lot of games through the Virtual Console, though.
Yeah.
I remember this is the first time I had Pokemon Snap to myself. Like I've played Pokemon Snap before. I've played my friend's copy. That's the one I used to print my stickers up off of. But this is the first time I actually had Pokemon Snap on my own console. This is where I got my first copy of Mario RPG, believe it or not.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I actually never beaten Mario RPG until I beat it on the Wii. So
I had to look because I had to know what some of these channels were. So I had to find a list.
Tell me.
So we had obviously the disc channel, which is where you could play the games. We had the Mii channel where you could make Miis, which didn't even mention that Mii's debuted with the Wii, dude. Like Mii's debuted with the Wii, and on the eShop, like you'd be able to download the Mii channel and create your Miis, and it was essential to the experience of the Wii, because then you would put these in like Wii Sports and Wii Play and Wii Fit and all that crap that made the Wii so popular with the older generation. The Forecast channel, I forgot about that one.
Yes,
there was a weather forecast channel, and that actually was really cool because that was you used to be able to see like this. If I remember correctly, there was like a star map in the background that kind of resembled what the sky would look like in your area at night, like at that day and time. So you would get an idea of like what stars, but very much like just using like a star chart, you'd be able to see what was going to be in the sky at night. So I always thought that was really cool. There was a news channel, which I forgot about, but I do remember that now. Like there was an actual news channel where you could see like current headlines and, you know, of either not local, but like national or global news stories. Get Connected video channel. I don't remember that one.
I don't either. I no.
Yeah, I don't remember that one, but it was on there. So I don't remember what that one was. We had the internet channel. That's what I just talked about.
Yeah,
right there.
The internet channel. Yeah, it was the browser.
Yeah, the addiction internet browser. Yep. The one I just mentioned, Everybody Votes. That was the voting polling channel. So it says here, Everybody Votes channel allowed users to vote in simple opinion polls and compare and contrast opinions with those of friends, family, and people across the globe. Yeah, super freaking cool. Launched February 13th, 2007. So just a few months after the Wii came out. Check Me Out channel.
Was that the one where you had like a parade of Miis and you had like rate them and stuff?
It says it was a channel that allowed players to share their Miis and enter them into popularity contests. Yep, that was totally it.
Okay.
The Nintendo channel allowed Wii users to watch videos such as interviews, trailers, commercials, and even download demos for the Nintendo DS. I remember that. I absolutely remember that. We had the Wii Fit channel, the Mario Kart channel, Wii Speak channel, the Rabbids channel, the Jam with the Band Alive channel. I don't know. That was
I remember the Mario Kart channel for sure, because that's where you get like ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, you would be able to do all that kind of stuff. And then besides like I don't see a writing app one that you talked about.
Oh, weird. I could have sworn there was a way to. Yeah. I know there was mail in the game, so maybe it was done through that, because mail was like the bottom right corner.
Well, there was mail and there was a message board, wasn't there not? Like you'd be able to leave notes for people on the console. Like you wouldn't be able to like share it with other people. Like I couldn't send you a message on your Wii, but if you and I were sharing a Wii, we'd be able to leave messages for one another through that. I think that was the way that worked. I'm not sure though. I don't remember. But I think the big takeaway with the eShop of the Wii was just the importance of Virtual Console, which we kind of mentioned at the beginning of the episode this week, because this was the era of Virtual Console. This was the introduction of being able to go back and play NES games and SNES games, and N64 was introduced on the Wii, right? The Wii had N64 games.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I thought it did.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, so we were able to get NES, SNES, Wii, or not Wii, N64, and then we would have like Genesis games, which was revolutionary at the time, like Sega Genesis games on a Nintendo platform, and like TurboGrafx 16 and Atari, like all these different, was Atari on that? I can't remember, but I know TurboGrafx was, but there were all these different consoles that were not Nintendo introduced as a virtual console on the Wii, which, as I mentioned, would then carry forward to like the Wii U, where we'd get different things, and then the Nintendo 3DS. The only issue was they made you buy the damn game every single time.
Yeah, and these games they weren't cheap. I mean, it was like $5 or $6 for an NES game.
Yeah. Eventually, you'd be able to like pay $1 to upgrade to the new platform or whatever, but you still had to pay to carry your game over. Like it was the stupidest thing. And I really feel like it wasn't the death of the Virtual Console, but because the Virtual Console still could come back. But I really do think that these classic things like the SNES Classic, the NES Classic that we've been getting, and now with the Netflix service that we have through Nintendo Switch Online, I really feel like that is like the modern day version of the Virtual Console. We'll never see the the Wii, the Wii U, the 3DS version again. Like that'll still be, the 3DS virtual console still exists. I don't think that's shut down. I'm pretty sure you can still buy games on that. So, you know, it still works. It still exists. So just, it's nothing, what we see on the Switch is never going to be like what we saw in the past.
No. I mean, the Switch in general is not really kicking out too many channels.
No. I think we just finally got like what, Netflix not that long ago or something on the Switch.
Yeah. Hulu.
Was it Hulu?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was one of the two, but I never downloaded it because I don't need it. I don't need it on my Switch. I have it on my PS4. I have it on my Roku. I have it on my smart TV. I have it on my PS3 upstairs in the bedroom. I don't need it anywhere else. I have it on my phone, my laptop.
Yeah,
I don't need Netflix on my Switch. My Switch is solely for playing games. Like, that's what I want it for.
Exactly. I mean, these things have much memory in general. I don't need to throw something else on there.
Exactly. So, but it's freaking cool, man. Like, and it's sad that the eShop had to shut down just because, I'm
surprised it made it this long.
That's what I was going to say. I'm actually surprised it made it this long. So we're in 2019 now, February 3rd, as of time of recording. It's 12 at midnight when we're recording this episode on a Sunday. But I think that, you know, the Wii coming out in 2006, November 2006 to be exact. So it made it 12 years and 3 months. That's pretty good.
It survived its entire run as the Wii and the Wii U.
And half of the Switch.
And half a Switch so far, yeah. So, I mean, that's a pretty damn good run. I mean, PS1 games aren't online. Not that they ever were, but there's no PS2 servers up for any of those games.
Right. I saw that a lot of the apps, like the Everybody Votes channel, a lot of those shut down in 2013, so they didn't last nearly as long as the eShop did. Like, you were still able to buy, like, virtual console games up through, like, last week, if I'm not mistaken. That's just why the thing actually still existed. But a lot of the apps stopped functionality back in 2013. So even still, I mean, 7 years is pretty good for that. But, you know, the rest of the service staying up so long is actually pretty freaking cool. Yeah, man, I don't know. I saw this news on Polygon in passing. And I remember reading this. I believe it was last year that I saw that it was actually going to be closing. And, you know, it kind of made me sad a little bit just because of just how monumental that the Wii eShop was for Nintendo. But I've forgotten about so many cool things that it ushered in, like so many apps, you know, just trying to not necessarily compete with the PlayStation Store and Xbox Live, but just do something different. It was Nintendo's version of an online service, but it was Nintendo being Nintendo. And it just was
very much so.
Yeah. And it's just what makes Nintendo so great, in my opinion, is Nintendo being Nintendo. I mean, they do things differently. They go to the beat of their own drum. They don't follow the rules of anyone else set. You know, they do their own thing. And it's just, I like that about them. And that's what we're seeing with Netflix now. Like, Netflix is such a cool thing. And I'm not sure we would have that had it not been for the Virtual Console and the Wii eShop. So I think we have that to thank for it. And it's so freaking cool, man. I don't know that things would be the same had the eShop not been such a success on not only the Wii, but the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS. So it's pretty freaking cool. Thanks for checking out a new episode of Flavor Text. If you enjoyed what you just heard, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn notifications on, leave a like, and drop a comment down below. We'll see you next time.